Greetings, Asher here, with a message for those of you trying to work out. Look, it can be really tough. It's one of those things that certainly tries a person's resolve. Today is probably day 700 and something that since I've started working out, and I know exactly just how tough it really is to try to come back from extremely bad health, poor health, however it needs to be put. Um, I guess what I want to say today is that, you know, having gone through these last 2 years of trying to make a positive change in my own health, um, it's a lot of self-discovery. You find your limits, and then you try to push beyond those limits. And there are times when, quite frankly, it seems like you're just going to keep hitting a brick wall. And I'm a metaphorical speaker, so I tend to use a lot of figure of speech and metaphors. It's just the way I like to talk. So hopefully that doesn't annoy you too much. But the thing is, life is a lot of people say life is what you make of it, and I agree with that statement to a point. But there are times when circumstances can derail even the best laid out plans. So um, I consider myself to be a fairly open-minded and good-hearted person. I do my best to follow my beliefs when it comes to not judging others, and not looking down on their situation, because I'm not them and I'm not walking in their shoes. All I can do is speak from my own experiences. So a lot of times when I see people struggling, it's my nature to want to try to reach out and see what I can do to help. So for me, these video journals are really more geared towards myself. Yeah, I mean they'll be public, but it's not meant to come across preachy or anything like that. If anything, I'm probably preaching to myself, because there's times when I want to kind of throw in the towel, and I think that's just human nature. We find situations that are very hard and difficult, and we just kind of want to give up. But there's my beliefs is the only thing that I can fall back on. People will let you down. I mean, they will. A lot of people are. I mean, let me just say this. I know people are good, and they have good in them, but we all can be selfish at times. And I'm not saying that there isn't there isn't necessarily anything wrong with being selfish at times, because there are situations and circumstances that cause us to need to look out for ourselves a little. I mean, a lot of times, no one's going to take care of you except you. Um, I've discovered that over the years. I'm not always like that personally, because sometimes it's nice to have somebody to lean on. It's nice to feel like you got somebody there that's going to back you up. But life doesn't always work out that way. And I don't know. Today's one of those days where I'm thankful that I have kids. I'm thankful that I have friends. But you know, I have my moments too where I wish things were a little differently. When I was younger in high school, my dream was to be an actor. I mean, that was something that I really enjoyed doing. I love, acting and being in plays. And at one point or another, I wanted to go to an arts college and pursue that dream. But now at 43, I'm not saying that dream is unattainable. I could probably still do some things if I really wanted to. I mean, there's local theaters, community theaters, and that sort of stuff. I have a tendency to still look on the bright side of things, and I think we all can be negative. I mean, I have my moments where I am like doom and gloom, and that's just one of those deals, man, where you're not real sure how to react to situations, and they can kind of beat you up a little bit. But anyway, the video journal today is I went ahead and I worked out on chest exercises. Felt pretty good about it for the most part. Um, I'm really going to start calling this day one personally because I've had so many ups and downs with the workouts that it's almost at this point where it's kind of like starting over again. But I don't care how many times I have to start over. As long as I've got breath in my body, I'm gonna keep trying, to make it happen. So I hope that if you are struggling with your workout goals, that you will continue to push forward, that you will continue to try to meet those goals, even if you have to reassess them and decide if you've made realistic goals. Because sometimes I think we get a little ahead of ourselves. We want to, lift. Well, in my case, I can't answer for everyone else, but in my case, I mean, who knows? I want to bench press 500 pounds, but I've never worked my way up to that kind of weight, and to go and think that I can just, press it the first time is, in my opinion, unrealistic. Now, if I say in the next 2 years or 3 years, maybe I want to lift 500, on the bench, that might be more realistic. It might be more like five. I'm not real sure because honestly, I mean, I'm 43 and I stopped working out around age 20, 21. Um, just didn't have much interest in exercising. And of course, back then, um, the gyms were extremely expensive, and you didn't have the Fitness 19s like you do now. At least if they did, I certainly didn't hear about them, and I couldn't afford uh, the workout equipment when I was much younger. But anyway, the point is, you got to make realistic goals. You got to be able to stick to those goals. And I think even if you just get out and walk, I think that's better than doing nothing. And I think I hear a lot of people say that, look, I just don't have time for it. I'm real busy, and I certainly understand that. Back when I worked in a hardware company, we dealt with a lot of cabinet builders and things like that. And I remember how I felt after I got off work. I mean, the last thing I thought about doing was getting down in the gym or going to a gym and working out. But the thing is, if you want to stay healthy, if you want to have the best possible quality of life, then you have to do that for yourself. You have to do it for you first, and then for your family, because they want to have you around. Your friends want to have you around. Your family would like to have you around. So you got to kind of think of it that way. So I guess in some ways there's a little bit of selfishness there, but it's a good kind of selfishness because you want to be healthy. You want to feel good about yourself, and I think that's important. Um, it's really easy to get caught up in, I think every one of us, when we watch TV, we see these movie stars or bodybuilders. We're like, wow, man, I want to be able to be like them. I want to look like them. And personally, over the years, I've learned that I need to be happy with looking like myself, but not to the point where I can't make improvements. In this case, working out until I lose some weight. And one of the things that I've learned is if one thing doesn't work, it's okay to start over. It's okay to regroup and say, okay, that didn't work for my body type, so let me see what else is out there. I do a ton of research online, and I look at different workouts. And currently, hold on. Currently, I am looking at this book, The Body Sculpting Bible for Men. I found this at Goodwill. I found a lot of really good stuff, at Goodwill, especially in way of books, working out, educational books, of course, clothing and odd end equipment, which I've Got some behind me that I found at Goodwill, and of course we were nice. We had some nice relatives that donated a couple items to us to help us out with our workout goals. So, for me, it's not about show. Look, at 43, I'm not looking to compete. That's just not one of my goals. Not that I couldn't get in there and make it happen if that's what I really wanted to do, but um, at this point, it really isn't something that I'm thinking about. So, anyway, all right. So, what am I saying? Make goals, make sure they're realistic. Don't do things that are beyond what you're capable of doing. Work your way up to it. Start off with 2 pounds. I don't care if you're a guy or a girl. I mean, it really doesn't matter. The point is, you make goals that are realistic for yourself. Everybody can do this. Um, I'm a fair-minded person, so I tend to look at everybody um, kind of on a case by case. I don't lump everybody into one big category. I just don't think that's the right way to do things. So, do your best, and if you can't meet a goal, or if a certain exercise program isn't working out for you, then try again. Try to go back at it and see what will. Um, yeah, that's really what I wanted to say. So today, excuse me, I did chest exercises. I'm going to be working out with my son, who's 13. He wants to play football next year, so I'm really trying to work out with him and see what I can do to help him meet his workout goals. So look, just hang in there. Don't let life beat you up too much. And if things don't go the way you think it should go, that's okay. It's okay. Some things you're just not going to be either ready for or good at, and that's okay. It's all right not to be good at something. The thing is, you don't stop trying, and you search until you find something that you are good at. That's what I've learned being on this planet for the last 43 years. So if you can take anything from what I'm saying, try to remain positive. Do this for yourself, but know that you're also doing it for those that care about you. For the longest time, I didn't care much about my health. I let myself get way out of shape, and it's been a real uphill battle um, to try to come back from that. And the older you get, the harder it is to come back from weight issues. So yeah, so do what is best for you. Research it, make goals, and start achieving those goals. And I appreciate your time for listening to me. I get a little long-winded, and I'm pretty sure most people aren't going to watch most of this video, and that's fine. It's really more for myself. I want to see, some of the results from me working out, because I really should have done this like a year ago, well, 2 years ago, when I first started working out. Um, I just never got around to it. So, um, and I was very thankful my friend gave me this laptop, so otherwise I wouldn't even have this to make this video with. So I'm very thankful and blessed that I have friends and family that care so much about me, to think of me and allow me uh, to be able to have the things that I do have. It's a true blessing. There are some really good people out in the world, and I'm very thankful for that. So I hope you stay blessed. I hope you continue to meet your goals. And if you don't, that's okay. Don't give up. 2 years of this, and I'm telling you, I'm still going strong. There are days when I have moments where I want to kind of cave in, but I regroup. I pause if I need to, and I keep on going. And I know you can too. So yeah, that's really all I have to say today. Today it's been a good day. It was a good workout, and I look forward to many more workouts. So stay blessed, and we'll talk to you again soon.